Hello there, and welcome to round 6 of the F2 Sprint Series Tier 2 in the Pacific region. Join for the feature race. We just missed the one-shot qualifying, unfortunately. The guys rated up a little bit too quickly. I couldn't get the stream up, so unfortunately we missed that dash for pole position. But it looks like our championship leader, Kickbutt Kiwi, has taken pole position. I'll just check the championship standings. I am relatively sure he's leading. So we've got a good size grid here tonight for the Austrian Grand Prix. So 16 drivers, a couple of guys already reset to track. So it's not going to help their cause. And of course, I haven't mentioned yet, we've got wet weather. So what do we want to hear? Telemetry, position change, minimap, that'll do us. So welcome to the stream. If you're joining us, this is Tier 2. Actually, Scotty is leading the championship. So Scotty 793. He qualified P3. He's leading the championship. So I'll just go through the grid quickly. We've got Kickbutt Kiwi, and then a new driver for this evening for his first race in the series, Sugar Freaks. Scotty, our series leader. Then we've got Danny Rick, another new driver. FT Jetsy, Tricked, Proximity Ross, and D-Bros 7 and 8. Trent Sandals, ASAP Rocky, Schooner Matata, Honorably Airborne, Drow, Crackerjack, Grim Reaper, and Mustard Gas F1. Rounds out the grid, so guys coming around now. Yeah, Scotty has a pretty decent sized lead, 25-point lead back to Kickbutt Kiwi. So, and then Kickbutt Kiwi's got a 34-point gap back to third place FT Jetsy. So, championship still up for grabs. Leading the constructor standings is Prema, and of course their driver are Scotty, our championship leader, and Honorably Airborne, who's currently P7 in the championship. So, our last race winner was Banana Josh, who's not on the grid tonight. Here we go. We've got 5 red lights for the feature race, and it's lights out. Away we go. The guys in the slippery conditions. Oh, there's a bit of action at the back already. Just going to keep our eye on this. I think that was a Campos that's spinning around there in the distance. I'm going to have to bring this back up. I don't know where I am. We'll keep our eyes on the leaders here as they come up. Going through the little kink of turn 2. Big braking zone for turn 3. Oh, there's a Arden there. He nearly ran up the back of the ART car. I think that was Tricked and Danny Rick. So all relatively clean. Not too bad through there. There's a bit of side-by-side here. Cracker Jackson, Proximity Rocks. Cracker Jack trying to go around the outside here. And likewise behind them, Spoon Matata and Trent Sandals going at it. Looks like it's a yellow flag. That might be Grim Reaper was the... sorry, ASAP Rocky was the Campos that was around at turn 1. He's got wing damage there. You can see right-hand side end plate missing. Grim Reaper, similar story in the MP car. Anyway, we'll go back to the front to our race leader. Kickbutt Kiwi has actually got a pretty big gap, and Scotty's coming under fire here. He's managed to get past Sugar Freaks in P2, so hopefully he can make up a bit of ground on Kickbutt and battle for the race win here. It's a beautiful shot there, looking down the pit straight from turn 1. Got a move here from... Oh, now it's a bloody glitch where it goes mental. Yeah, Grim Reaper's not leading, as you know. It's just going to have to wait for that to sort itself out. But Kickbutt Kiwi is still leading. I think that was moving to turn 3 there. Couldn't quite tell who that was. might have been another move there into turn 4. Only Airborne's making some moves. He's going narrow here on the inside. Oh, that's a Schooner Matata, sorry, going past him. So the two side by side, only Airborne's lost that position. Rather, it's still side by side. The good battling all the way through this 16 car field. There, no one's out of the race yet. Just good to see. Come back to our leader, Kickbutt Kiwi, and look at Scotty. He's made up a bit of ground here, and he puts in the fast lap. So showing good pace in the wet, and I don't think it's raining that much anymore. You can see it's only just drizzling. Let's ride on board with Scotty, see how wet it actually is on board for these guys. Kramer driver here chasing the Univitosi driver. That's a purple first sector. Let's go full track map. Oh, we've got that. You see there the position changes. So our big winner off the start, you must say, is Crack Jack up 6 positions. Our biggest loser there being Proximity Ross, dropped 5. ASAP Rocky, who had that spin off the grid before turn 1, is dropped 4. This bodes well if Scotty has good pace. We might be in for a decent battle here. Jump off board. So welcome to the stream if you are watching. Got Banana Cake in the comments. Yes, mate, I do commentate occasionally. Like to dabble. Yeah, no, it's good fun. Kickbutt Kiwi now, the fastest lap of Grand Prix. ASAP Rocket for his second time penalty. Of course, Austria are very, very strict when it comes to track limits here. Very easy to pick up warnings. I've noticed that this game though, in wet conditions when it's raining, is a bit more forgiving with the track limits and warnings and stuff. It's a lot more strict in the dry once the DRS is enabled. So yeah, it's my point of view anyway, but I could be wrong. But these two have basically checked out on the rest of the field, so Kickbutt and Kiwi going at it for the win. Sugar Freaks, after qualifying P2s, kind of the cork in the bottle for this little train here. So we've got Sugar Freaks, Jetsy in Shiraz. Then we got, I think that's his teammate. No, that's ART of Danny Rick. Sorry, Danny Rick 03. Good PSN that. Wonder who his favourite F1 driver is. Hard as hell. Tricked is P6. Oh, he's having a look down the inside there. We're right on board with the Arden BWC. I don't believe they're a F2 team anymore. I think Arden isn't on the grid, or wasn't on the grid this season from memory. I watched a few rounds at F2 and I don't remember seeing any pink cars. So I think they've either they've got really trash drivers and they never show them, or they're not a team in F2 anymore. Crack Jack hanging on to the back of this pack. Whoa, the lock up there. Good to see he's not running ABS. Good. Whoa, massive wheel spin there. You can see how he's really fighting the traction, but yeah, it means he doesn't have traction control on either, which definitely, even in these wet conditions, is going to have an advantage over some of the guys maybe using full traction or even medium traction control. If you can master the wheel spin, it's definitely faster. Of course, this Tier 2 league does allow just about all assists though. We've got ABS, traction control and racing line all available to the drivers in Tier 2. No, I don't even know what to call it. The one that helps you brake, braking assist I guess. Yeah, so they don't have that one. But Tier 1 is full, well not full no assist, but just racing line available to the drivers in that one. So no ABS, no traction control. Certainly spice up the driving this season. Go back to the front quickly. The gap's about the same. About that 1 second mark. So seesawing a little bit, and these guys, now it's a 4 second gap to P3, so this guy's pulling out about half a second a lap on Sugar Freaks. I'm going to move down the bottom here, well not quite down the bottom, I think it's teammates, yeah, the Trident guys, bit of team orders there perhaps, proximity to Ross going past. I actually think the Trident is probably the one of the better looking cars on the F2 grid. I do like that mix of colours, that really nice vibrant blue, white with the red trim, looks really nice. And Kickback Kiwi just extending his lead there, pulled out 7/10 on that lap to Scotty, and chucks in another faster lap. ASAP Rocky's a fair bit behind now. I wonder if this is going to be a full wet race. That would be very interesting. Of course, this is race 1 of 2. We've got this one's 20 laps. I think the next one's 15 or 16. Oh, and Mustard Gas now going past proximity Ross up to turn 3, and Ross might going to have a look on the inside there. And they're side by side. They're going to leave each other room. Well done, boys. Yeah, very cautiously done. And Mustard Gas just had that outside line, so less tight, could carry more momentum than you can see. He wasn't even in the shot by the end of the helicopter shot. He was much faster. Another pass here. That was Skun Matata getting past. Sorry, who was it? Skun Matata getting past D-Bros. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to get that the right way around. Couple of guys having a bit of a glitch here. I got a glitch for Skun Matata, so we'll try and avoid riding close to him. Tricked, he's all over the back of Danny Rick. You can see he wants to get a move on. Sugar Freaks really steal the cork in the bottle here. Mustard Gas 3 second time penalty. Crackjack hanging on to this. Oh, not quite. He's fallen away a little bit. 1.1 seconds, but this is very close. There might be a double move here. Jetsy's gone for it on Sugar Freaks. He might leave himself open to here. We just saw last lap the outside line how much quicker it is when Mustard Gas made that move on proximity Ross, but it's the risk you take going down the inside and turn 3 in the wet, much slower line. This is a cracking battle for, I guess, the final spot on the podium. Might come down to who makes the least mistakes out of this little 4-car train, and someone's in the pits. Yep, that's going to be Denny Rick. So, oh, we're going on board with him. Let's ride off board with Jetsy. He's still chasing Sugar Freaks. He's gone a lap early here, has Denny Rick, trying to maybe get a little bit of an undercut and get himself ahead of these 2 cars ahead. Not a bad strategy, because a bit of grass there for Sugar Freaks. It is proving pretty difficult to pass. Got a little bit excited there, sorry. Thought there was going to be a move. So who are we going to see in the lead this time? Interval at the front, by the way, up to 2.4 seconds. So Scotty struggled to stay with Kickbutt Kiwi, unfortunately. I thought we were going to have a bit of a battle for the lead there, but it was a bit of a false dawn. And Kickbutt Kiwi has just got used to the conditions, has that little bit more pace over Scotty. But I think Scotty would still be pretty happy with P2, knowing he has the championship advantage over Kickbutt. But he won't want to give up too many races where Kickbutt finishes ahead of him, so really interesting championship. None of these guys into the pit this time around. Crackerjack actually. So Crackerjack was at the back of that train. So he comes into the pits there. We're gonna see anyone else try and go in soon. Maybe the end of this lap, lap 10. Interesting to see where Danny Rick comes out comparatively to these guys, although Danny Rick might get held out by Drow. Possibly. Hang on, we'll see where Danny Rick comes out. Oh, and look at that! Crackerjack's undercut him. Sorry, overcut him. That's the right word. So, by going a bit earlier, Danny Rick is actually... Oh, that's, of course, teammates as well, so they don't want to hit tangle here in turn 3, but maybe Danny Rick just had his tyres up to temperature that little bit better. Of course, Crackerjack's coming out of the pits there, but actually showed that there's not really anything to be gained by pitting early, and no real undercut in the wet anyway. I'm sure there will be in the dry on different compounds. But ooh, Crackerjack did well to hang on to that. We've had a bit of clarification on the BWT Arden situation, thanks to my mate Roscoe in chat, official RA gamer. BWT Arden changed hands between 2019 and 2020. It's now BWT HWA or Race Labs. Still got the pink livery. Thanks for that update, mate. Hopefully the weather's not giving you too many flashbacks from last season. Oh, mate, I forgot all about that until you mentioned, yeah, true. Yeah, I guess I have to give a bit of context now. There was, in the F2 Series Season 2 at Austria, I was leading the race. It was dry to wet race. So it started dry, and then it started raining. I did something brave, and I stayed out on dry tyres in wet conditions, and looked like I was going to win the race by doing that a few laps from the end, but the rain kept getting heavier and heavier, and everyone had pitted for wet tyres, and I got swallowed up and ended up finishing. I think I started the second last lap in the lead, and then the last lap in P2, and I ended up finishing like P7 or something anyway. Didn't end well for me, but it was a risk I was willing to take at the time. I thought it was a master stroke, but ended up not being quite that, unfortunately. Is it still raining for these guys? Well, kind of. It's very, very light. It's still wet enough for wet tyres though, so Trent Sanders is in the pits, by the way, so. And Kickbutt Kiwi, a wrestler, he's pitted as well, so I didn't catch that one. Apologies, probably caught up in telling the story, but so Trent, this is going to be very interesting. I'm very curious where he's going to come out. Was he in that little 4-pack? No, I don't think he was. He was behind. So what I'm interested in is where Jetsy and Trickard are going to come out comparatively to the two ART cars of Danny Rick and Crackerjack. Speaking of, Danny Rick has gapped Crackerjack massively. There's 3 seconds between them now. So maybe those fresher tyres. Well, wait, Crackerjack has the fresher tyres. I'll get an off position changed. Now you can see who's pitted. So Kickbutt Kiwi, the two ARTs, Danny Rick and Crackerjack. Trent Sandals, ASAP Rocky, and Mustard Gas. They've all pitted, and you can see the tyre for each of the drivers. So yeah, Crackerjack pitting a lap later than his teammate. Hasn't worked for him. He's been gapped. Maybe Danny Rick just had really good pace though and was being, as I said, held up by Jetsu and Sugar Freaks. Sugar Freaks running P2. He did seem to be holding up those other three drivers in that train. So really interested to see if when these guys pit, where they come out. Maybe it's going to dry up. Maybe that's why they're holding off. I'm not quite sure what's going on. They're on lap 13 now. Scotty still hasn't come in. Oh, and someone, ASAP Rocky, he's looking at a dry tyre here. So he's come in. He's taking a gamble. He's going to be a bit of a guinea pig for the rest of the field, I think. Let's see. So, Campos, man, gone for the super soft, which is the softest compound we had. And look, it has stopped raining. I do think it's too early. Usually when you can see that drier patch and still the damp patch on the right, it's still probably a little bit too early. But it might dry up. It's still looking fairly overcast though. There's not really any sun shining on the track to dry it up quickly. And Danny Rick, 3 second time penalty, that might come back and bite him. And Only Airborne's come in, Drow's come in. Are these guys going to go dry tyres as well? Let's have a look what Airborne goes for. See Splash there. He's gone super softs as well. What about Drow? Yeah, super softs. So a few drivers taking a risk here. Maybe a call from Jeff saying, okay, this might be a telltale sign when Scotty pits. And he is, looks like he is. So has Scotty absolutely played this brilliantly against Kickbutt Kiwi, who already pitted 2 laps ago for another set of wet tyres, and Scotty's now coming in for dry tyres. The rain has stopped. Kickbutt Kiwi must be kicking himself, to kind of pun him a little bit, but yeah, that could work out in Scotty's favour. Kickbutt Kiwi is going to come out in the lead, of course, but he is on the wet tyres and it's drying up. Sugar Freaks has gone for the softs. So only 5 laps left. I think that's probably the wrong compound to go with. He might get swallowed up there. You definitely want to be on the grippiest, stickiest tyre, especially in these on intermediate conditions where it's the crossover between wet and slick tyres. Softs are not going to be very fast, I can imagine, comparatively to the super softs, of course. But so Scotty already all over the back of Grim Reaper, who hasn't pitted as well. Grim Reaper running dead last at one point, I think at the end of the first lap, so it'd be a hell of a comeback for him. Although most of the drivers pitted now already onto the soft tyres, so just got the front 3 drivers and Crackerjack yet to pit. Trent Sandals as well and Muscle Gas. But Kiwi still going strong though on the wet tyres. That's the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. And he's not pitting. He's kept on going on the wet tyres. Can he get to the end on that one set? I don't know if you can do that in the feature race. I think you have to make a pit stop, even if it's wet. I think the rules are a mandatory pit stop. that could be something that our mate Roscoe could help out with if he's still watching. Do they still have to make a mandatory pit stop if it's raining? Hello, Somi. Thanks for joining the stream. Hope you enjoy it. This is very interesting. So, Scotty. Scotty got overtaken there, did he? He did. So wet tyres are still quicker. Very interesting. Some of these drivers jumped the gun, I think. So we haven't seen DRS enabled yet, and that's the telltale sign that the crossover point has been reached in the game. So the game has a delta for when wet tyres become slower than slick tyres, and it's at that point that DRS is enabled or disabled if it goes the other way in the opposite direction. So yet to see that. 3-second time penalty for FT Jetsy. So that might affect his finishing position, but we are following Scotty. Where are the battles? So we've got Sugar Freaks and Tricked going at it. Sugar Freaks holding up alright on those soft tyres. Still 3 laps to go. So we have our sideline reporter. We just go down to our Ted Kravitz, official RA gamer, Roscoe. Unsure on the rules. There hasn't been too many wet races this season. The majority's been dry, yeah. Look, Drew's still out on that one. We'll have to see. Keeper Kiwi looks intense. Oh no, sorry, he's gone to the end. Oh, he's already pitted. So Grim Reapers might go to the end though. Looks like he's coming in the pit now. So everyone will make a pit stop. So don't worry, Roscoe, it's kind of irrelevant now. Everyone's made a pit stop. Keeper Kiwi, he's got a 18-second gap back to Crackerjack. I want to see if these guys are making any inroads. So has the crossover point come too late for the guys on the dry tyres? I think that's what it looks like. Even though the rain stopped, as I said before, when it stopped, it just doesn't look like there was any change in the kind of, I guess, the track environment. It's still really overcast, lots of clouds, and there's no sun, on the track to dry it out. There is varying rates of that. From track to track, you need a bit of sun peering through to kind of dry up the tarmac. And it looks like that's just happening far too slowly for the guys that have pitted. Scotty, he's losing time to Crackerjack, who's still on the wet tyres. And first stint showed us that Scotty's probably got a bit more pace than Crackerjack, so that tells you everything you need to know about which tyre's quicker at the moment. And some of these guys have been on these dry tyres for 3 or 4 laps already. Most pitted 2 laps ago. Anyway, I might try and find some battling here. We'll go back to FT Jetsy and Tricked. So Sugar Freaks still leading that little battle. Although Crackerjack is really the one who got the biggest benefit from pit stop. Grim Reaper, he's not done too badly, coming out P8. As I said, was running dead last on the end of the first lap, so not bad from him at all. P8, of course, scores 4 points, and you get reverse grid pole for the sprint race. So not too bad at all. If you're probably going to finish like 6th, 7th, 8th, you'd probably rather 8th, to be honest. Maybe 7th, more points. But yeah, it looks like the guys that pitted for wet tyres didn't take that gamble and go onto the dryers. Just stomach the pit stop and got it done. Maybe a bit of luck involved there, but looks like they're going to be the beneficiaries. This is the final lap. We'll go back to our race leader, and you can see there, purple first sector. That's how quickly it's still going. The wet tyres don't seem to be really that much slower once it kind of dries up a little bit. This crossover point has been really slow. You can still see spray from the back of the cars there. We'll go back to see if there is any spray off the back of Tricked from Jesse. Not really, it's quite dry now. You can see the track there is all kind of the same level of wetness. That's how you know it's kind of drying up a bit. But look, there's only really been one guy who looked like winning this race. Scotty went for the gamble, maybe that's what he had to do, but in the end it's costing him P2. And Jesse does get past Tricked. We'll go back to race winner. Took pole position, Kickbutt Kiwi takes the feature race win. Cracker Jack showed good pace, overcut his teammate at first. And he's going to take P2. That was how big the gap was, 23 seconds. So the drive's not really working out for the guys that took the gamble. I think they just jumped on them too early. Scotty does take P3, Trent Sandals P4, Sugar Freaks P will come home P5. The gaps in the field are quite big. Yeah, Gavin in the chat saying wets were the right choice. Yeah, absolutely. Hard to tell though. Look, I wish it was that way around for me last season. That was the dries that were the right choice in that particular race, and that just goes to show how kind of unique each race can be. Can dry up quickly or can dry up really slowly, and that's exactly what happened. Cracker Jack driver of the day, well deserved. I'm not quite sure where he started, but P2 is where he finished. So a fantastic try from him. Scotty will be probably a bit disappointed with P3, to be honest. Yeah, Crackjack was really nowhere near him, and that just goes to show how much different the wets were over the dry tyres. Congratulations to our podium place getters, Kickbutt Kiwi race winner for Uni for Tosi, P2 Crackerjack for ART, and Scotty for Prema. Transcendence P4, Sugar Freaks P5, Primrose P6 from 15th on the grid. Crackjack 14th on the grid. Sensational drive. Well done team. FT Jesse P7. Tricked will have reverse grid pole. So Grim Reaper managed to steal another couple of positions there on the last lap. Apologies for missing that, but well done. Proximity Ross P9. Skimitata rounds out the points for P10. Mustard Gas P11. D-Bros P12. Danny Rick P13. Really, after starting P4, he might be the most disappointing in the race. What happened in that race? Only Airborne and ASAP Rocky and Drow round out finishing order. That was not a bad little feature race, that one. Stick around, we do have the sprint race coming up. So reverse grid, top 8. So it's not full reverse grid. It's just the top 8. So Tricked, who finished P8, will be on pole position for this one, and Crackerjack will be 7th. Kickbutt Kiwi will be 8th. Everyone who finished 9th or lower will be in their finishing order from that first race. I'm sure you all know the rules if you're watching. They don't have to make a pit stop in the sprint race, so No pit stops. Not to say you can't make a pit stop, but it's such a short race, so there's no real need to, or nothing to be gained from it, like there is in a feature race. So it looks like it's dry as well. So we've had a real mix of conditions here. I believe qualifying was dry. So wet feature race. Of course, the sprint races in real life is on a different day. So they have the feature race on a Saturday on race weekends and sprint race on a Sunday. So that's why the weather's so different here. And this could give us a completely different race as well, which would be really cool. Alright, we'll get our... What do we need? So we've got track map. We'll get telemetry. Oh, actually, I don't really care about telemetry. They don't have any ERS or anything, so we don't really need telemetry. See what tyres. I think everyone should be on the softs, yeah. Let's keep it on position change. So we'll go through the order. So triggered, reverse grid pole, and then we've got FT Jetsy, Grim Reaper, Sugar Freaks, Trent Sandals, Scotty, Crackerjack, Keep Up Kiwi, our feature race winner. Proximity Ross is P9, Screaming Tars P10, Muscle Gas P11, D Bros, Danny Rick, Only Airborne, ASAP Rocky, and Drow in MP Motorsports car. There's a big gap there from back from Schooner Matars to Muscle Gas. I'm not sure what that's about, but it's not really gentlemanly to leave that big a gap, must be said. Oh, and he's just goes. Oh, okay, he's taken over there. I thought that was going to be the reset track incident, but never mind. Alright, 14 laps this one. So feature race was 20, sprint race is 14. Hopefully we can smash through this because I haven't done any practice yet and I have a race that in 45 minutes as well. So let's go, boys. Go to the front. Alright, lights are on. 3, 4, 5 red lights for the sprint race. It's lights out. And it looks like Crackjack got the better start out of the front row getters, and Trigger's getting swallowed up there. So Crackjack takes the lead. There's 4 wide back in turn 1. They all got through cleanly, relatively cleanly. Oh no, someone's at the back there. I think that's Drow. We go back here to... Oh, Trickett's managed to retake P2. They're 2 wide there. Oh, the Campos has ghosted a little bit. All relatively clean through turn 3. Congratulations to all the drivers. That's some fantastically clean driving from all of them. Turn 1 and 3 are quite difficult in these cars to keep clean, so well done. But it's actually Jetsy, sorry. I said it was Crackerjack. Crackerjack, of course, started P7. It's dropped to P8. So big mover has been Denny Rick, up 6 positions. Unless this, no, sorry, this is not right because we got someone 1 lap down. Anyway, we'll wait for the leaderboard to sort itself out. And we've got Mustard Gas around. That's very unfortunate for Mustard Gas in the Carlin, I believe that is. So Jetsy leads us and... Wait, what's going on here? Oh, look at that. I'm not quite sure why that car's ghosted. Who is that? That must be Tricked. So Tricked and Jetsy going out for the race lead here. Oh, can this thing sort itself out? That is dismal. Drow's last, I'm pretty sure. No, Mustard Gas last. Oh my god. It's all over the joint. Anyway, I think Sugar Freak's trying to get Jetsy. There we go. You can see the positions there. It has sorted itself out. So, Tricked in the lead from Jetsy. Sugar Freak, Scotty a little bit further back. Grim Reaper. Danny Rick up 7 positions. Trent Sandal Down 2, Crackerjack. Down 1, Kickbutt Kiwi, our pit race winner, down 1 as well, but no damage done to him. Rocky up 5. Proximity Ross is down 6, Mussagas down 5, so really shakes things up, this reverse grid. Tricky for the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Of course, didn't mention in the feature race, but the fastest lap of each race for the drivers in the top 10 scores 2 points. So if you finish in the top 10, whoever's got the fastest lap gets the 2 points. Doesn't matter about the drivers who finish outside the top 10. If there's a faster time outside the top 10, it's irrelevant. That's how it works in F2, so a little bit different to F1 in that sense. But Jetsy actually trying to hang on here from Trickard, who's showing some decent pace, and Sugar Freaks. Oh, there's a bit of contact there from behind. That was from Grim Reaper. He's going side by side. He's got to leave space there, Sugar Freaks. And oh, he's got squeezed out. The Sugar Freaks had the tight line through there. Sector 2, yellow flag. Screen Matata might have had a little excursion. I was Drow. I'm not quite sure. One of them. Some good battle. We go back to this. Oh, Sugar Freaks and Grim Reaper still going at it. Some great racing this train. Look at that, showing the inside, showing the nose as well. Tricker with another fastest lap, so looking pretty comfortable is the Arden drive out in the lead. Already 4 laps into this race, he's flying by. Quick lap of course around Austria, very quick lap time. This might be a pass here for 5th position. Grim Reaper opts not to defend the inside, so that's a free pass essentially for Danny Rick. If you can get it done, a little bit of contact there on exit, just about leaves in space. Rubbing's racing there, I think, but Grim Reaper is gonna have the inside here. Turn 6. Danny Rick's done the crossover though. Oh, but Grim Reaper stuck with it, and he's defended that position really well, must be said. Screen Matata for a second time penalty. Yeah, I mentioned the penalties in the last race when it was wet. Didn't see too many. Scotty with the fastest lap now, so showing some speed. But yeah, penalties, there's going to be more in the dry than there were in the wet for sure. Already seeing drivers rack them up. Here we go. There's a good run from Danny Rick. I'm not sure what his real name is. Oh, a little bit unsure. A little lift there actually. Unsure if Grim Reaper was going to leave room and cuts the apex there quite massively. A little bit of oversteer on exit, probably from taking so much of the apex. Loses touch a little bit, and that comes lousy teammate Crackerjack. P2 in race 1. See if he can get himself through the field a bit more. Kickbutt Kiwi, of course. We know he's got pace. Crackerjack, have a look there. Go to Scotty. Ooh, Kickbutt Kiwi, 3-second time penalty. Fastest lap of the Grand Prix there for Scotty again. So 15.5. He's flying in the Prema. Is he going to make a move here on Jesse P2? Again, not defending the inside. Has to leave the space. Yeah, just about does that. And actually Jesse gets that DRS. Neck and neck going down to turn 4. Scotty was going to have the inside line. That DRS didn't do much for Jesse at all there. And he's going to try the switch back there. Beautiful camera angle. Thank you, Codemasters. Little aerial shot. And that's that's a great move. It took like 4 or 5 corners, but Scotty's got that P2, the move for P2 done. Tricked our race leader, 3-second time penalty. So Scotty, yet to get a penalty, I believe, might have the win in the bag here already, if he keeps it clean with penalties, because Trickett just picked one up. There was a yellow flag briefly. I'm not quite sure what that was for. Didn't see it on the minimap, but boy, have we got a train at the head of Danny Rick. So we got, let's ride on board to show you. So Danny Rick, Kipper Kiwi, Grim Reaper, who's side by side with Crackerjack. Crackerjack goes through. Oh, a little bit of contact. Runs him high, and look how slow that's made him. Trent Sandals is able to get through. So Trent up to P7. Crackerjack. Oh, this is. I'm just gonna. I don't know what camera angle I'm looking at. There's 3 wide there into turn 3. That's. Oh, there's contact. And Crackerjack and Rocky. Crackerjack's dropped down to 10th out of all that. Wow. So Grim Reaper going for a move there on Trent. Trent gets back through. This is great racing from these boys. Z-Bro's having a look. Go on board. Probably just should have been riding on board, to be honest. Shows the action a bit better. Ooh, look at that speed difference there. D-Bro's showing good pace there. These guys don't have the ABS on, which is good to see. Where are we going to move here anyway? Kickbutt Kiwi having a look? No, not quite. Scotty is catching Tricker, by the way. Well, we'll come to that battle for the lead when it is a bit closer. But Kickbutt Kiwi, these boys don't learn their lessons. They're hardly seen any defending on the inside this whole race. Just you know, yeah, go on, take the position. I'll take the racing line. So haven't seen too much defending at all. Some pretty easy overtakes. That gap between Trickett and Scotty, 5/10 now. Oh, yellow flag sector 2. That's going to be mustard gas, I believe. Yeah, he's struggling. Danny Rick, 3-second time penalty. Yeah, you can see there the gap between Scotty and our race leader. He's in DRS range. Should close up dramatically, you would think, with this DRS. We might even be looking for a move here. Down into turn 4, not up into turn 3. Ooh, had a little look. Skinman Tata, he's out. Could this be a safety car? Ah, you know, he's retired in his. Okay, that's alright. Go back to this battle. Scotty. There, finally someone defends the inside. And look, that's what happens. You keep your position. It's not rocket science. So well done, Trickett. That's some good racing, defending there. Didn't move too late or too early. So battling for the lead. Just check the comments here. I haven't had a look in a little while. Nope, no more comments. Kickbutt Kiwi's in DRS range of Sugar Freeze. So I expect him to be able to get that move done in the next couple of laps, and he's got Danny Rick closely followed behind, so I think both those guys had 3-second time penalties. Oh, Kickbutt Kiwi having a look to the inside, not wanting to get it done there. Turn 4 seems like the corner of choice. It might be a bit easier to get the move done there, as long as the lead driver doesn't defend inside. It's too far back on this occasion. Oh, Scotty's so close. Sorry, I forgot all about this battle for a second. But Scotty definitely putting the pressure on. He wants to win this race on track, even though he might do it on penalties. Ooh, got a yellow flag. It's must be gassed again. Just ignore those ones. So 3 DRS zones here, of course. Pit straight. This next straight from turn 1 all the way up to turn 3, and then turn 3 to turn 4. So just about every straight on this track does have a DRS zone, and Scotty is much closer on this occasion. Trigger doesn't defend the inside. Let's have a look from Trigger's POV here. Is he going to go for a switchback? No, he might get DRS here. Oh, Scotty struggling to get it, power down there, and look at the power of the DRS. No, you got to stay in the slipstream longer. You got to stay in the slipstream. You know, he didn't stay in the slipstream long enough there. But Trickard, can he fight back? Another yellow flag sector 2. Not sure who that one's for. It's not Mustard this time. It's actually Denny Rick. So Denny Rick was running in points playing position, and I'm not sure what happened to him when someone made a move on him, and something's gone awry there, or he's binned it on his own, but it's going to cost him points in this race. Unfortunately, only 3 laps left. Probably not going to recover to make the points. Crackjack as well. He'd be spewing, having started P7. It's currently P10. Kickbutt Kiwi, who also started on 4th row of the grid. He's made it up to P4, and he passed Sugar Freaks. So you can see their position changes. Scotty's up 5, Kickbutt's at 4, Debro's up 5 as well. ASAP Rocky, biggest mover in the field, up 7, getting that 1 point, and it will be a much deserved 1 point at this point in time. And he's right on the barrel though. He just gets a 3-second time penalty as I say that, but he's right on the back of Debros and Trent as well. He might be able to move further up. Big losers in the field. Grim down 6 positions. Proximity Ross and Mustard Gas down as well. Yeah. Can Trickard make it? Oh, Trent and Debros going at it. This is a good little battle. 5 cars in it. Let's see more come through this middle sector, or last sector now. Someone running really wide there. Picking up a warning, no doubt. It's getting overcast as well. Is it going to rain? Probably not. There's only 2 laps left. Can Trickard do anything about making a move here on Scotty? Ooh, make Scotty take the defensive inside line. That's not bad. Can he get it planted? He can't. So traction there, absolutely crucial if you're going to make a move. You need to really nail that corner exit to get a good run on the car ahead, and you can see there that it's made no ground whatsoever down in turn 4. The straight is not quite long enough, especially for these F2 cars, if you make a mistake on corner exit. Still got 1 more lap though, does Triggered, to try and get a move done and win the race on track at least. Go to keep our Kiwis, Catch and Jesse, but probably not going to make it. Up 1.1 seconds. Go back to this awesome battle here between Rocky Debros, Crackjack, Trent Sandals, Grim Reaper, and Danny Rick was somewhere in there before, but he has crashed not in contention anymore. Triggered, another penalty. Looks that could drop him down further than P2. If Jesse doesn't have penalties, looking at P3, possibly. Oh, here we go. So Triggered, he's gone for it. He's got it done. Scotty, can he come back? He may not win the race on penalties, Triggered, but he's given it a great shot on track, and it's been a great battle from these guys. Yellow flag, that's mustard gas. Never mind. Look, I nearly have to say this win's well deserved from Trickett. He, well, win on track at least, like, good battling, but yeah, he'll kick himself over the penalties, I think, and I might drop him down a bit further. We'll go. This battle's unreal. We'll have to cross back to it quickly as Trickett is gonna win on track, but quickly be demoted. Scotty wins the race. Trickett drops to P3. Not too bad. We'll go back to this battle. Look at them come across. So we've got ASAP, Rocky, Crackerjack, D-Bros, Trent Sandals, Grim Reaper. Where they're going to end up? It's Crackerjack. Crackerjack finishes P6. Grim Reaper P7. D-Bros final points paying position P8. Trent Sandals P9. Misses out on points, as does ASAP Rocky, who was actually ahead of all those guys on track. Penalties really playing a part there. Only airball on 11th. Not a good round for him in the other Prema. So Scotty taking home all the points for Prema today. Danny Rick P12, what could have been for him, running pretty high in this one. Drow P13, Proximity Ross P14, Master Gas P15, Skin Retarder DNF'd. That has been Austrian Grand Prix. Sorry, I was just distracted by my phone for a second. Waiting for this race to finish. But congratulations to Prema driver Scotty. ASAP Rocky with the David Tonitza avatar gets driver of the day. I think it's finished P6? Be wrong. Jeez, I'm hungry. There's 27 comments. What the hell? Why is my comments not working here? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I counted 15 comments. Apparently there's 28. Anyway, yeah, it was a good race to watch. Banana. Just get involved, mate. What are you watching for? Just get yourself on the grid, mate. Yeah, some good battling, Gav. Glad you could stick around for a race. So, go to our sprint race results. So we've got Scotty here taking the win from Jetsy, Trickett, Kickbutt Kiwi. Kickbutt Kiwi also with a fast lap, Sugar Freaks, Crackerjack, Grim Reaper, D-Bros. We'll have to quickly cover our weekend results. And Kickbutt Kiwi is caught up 11 points in the championship to Scotty. So we got pole, race 1 win, fast lap last, to both fastest laps actually. So there we go. Hopefully we can keep looking at this. No, it's going to kick us out. Anyway, that has been Austrian Grand Prix for Tier 2 of the F2 Pacific region. Round 6 that one was. We'll be back in next week, round 7 at Silverstone. Hopefully with a stream as well. So we'll catch you then. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.